Before my eldest brother passed away, he told me that I should take good care of my sister-in-law on his behalf. My sister-in-law is a few years older than me. She has a good personality, good looks and figure, especially her curvy figure, which is better than those older girls. The way she walks twists and turns, I dream about her at night, until one day I fell. My name is Huang Yung. My parents died early, and I was adopted by my neighbor Huang Daping. 2 years ago, Huang Daping finally married a wife, but due to years of hard work, he actually got cancer and died soon after. His wife's name is Li Baixue, and she is also a person who values love and friendship. After Huang Jinping passed away, she not only did not remarry, but also took care of me as always. I have grown up in the past few years. Li Baixue is a special figure for me. She has a good personality, good looks, and is not much older than me. Especially her curvy figure, which is better than those older girls. Many times in my dreams at night, I can dream of her wearing a tight skirt, walking in front of me and twisting. I know she is my nominal sister-in-law, but I just can't control my feelings for her. Today is the 3rd anniversary of Brother Jinping's death. Li Baixue looks quite calm on the surface. She has taken care of everything and worshipped Brother Jinping with me. But after returning, I clearly saw that her eyes were red. I know how hard it would be for a young woman to live without a husband. I once advised Li Baixue to find another one, but she said that she promised my brother to take good care of me in the future. So Li Baixue has been alone all these years, and I feel very sorry. When I got home at night, my sister-in-law locked herself in the room. When I got up to drink water in the middle of the night, I saw Li Baixue. The night light was still on in the room. Li Baixue was still not asleep so late. Was she too sad? I walked into my sister-in-law's room curiously. When I approached the door, I heard Li Baixue's faint crying in the room. The sobbing almost broke my heart. I hate to see women cry, but how can I help Li Baixue with my identity? I sighed and wanted to go back to my room to sleep, but I heard Li Baixue talking to herself, "Dapping, I miss you so much. Do you know how I spend every night? I am also a woman." Hearing Li Baixue's words, I felt even more upset. How could I not know that she was a normal woman? The impulse almost took over my reason. I really wanted to open the door and hug Li Baixue, but in the end I still restrained myself. I had to go back to the room and close my eyes to fantasize. There was everything in the dream. Li Baixue nestled in my arms, as soft as a kitten. I really hope that this dream will never wake up, so that Li Baixue can always belong to me. The next morning, I took a shower in the bathroom before Li Baixue got up, changed into clean clothes, and felt much more relaxed after the shower. When I came out, I found that Li Baixue's door was open, but I didn't see anyone around. When I returned to the room, I found that Li Baixue was helping me change the bedding. "Xiaoji, the weather is cold, I'll change a thick quilt for you," Li Baixue said as she helped me change the bedding quickly, but the next second I experienced the embarrassment of my life. Because the dream last night was too real, I didn't notice that the bedding was dirty, and I didn't open the window for ventilation. There was a smell in the room. I found that Li Baixue's eyes fell on a certain part of the bedding, and I didn't even have time to block it. Li Baixue was an experienced person, how could she not know what it was? She still helped me change the bedding without changing her face, but just said to me before leaving, "Xiaoji has really grown up." This feeling of being caught by the person involved made me embarrassed and excited. When Li Baixue came, I was still a young kid. Now I am already in college. What happened in the morning made me unable to concentrate for the whole day. My mind was full of Li Baixue's smiling face. She must think that I have learned bad things, but I seemed to let her know that I am already a man. When I got home from school in the evening, the lights were not on in the house. I thought Li Baixue had not come back from get off work yet. I planned to go to the kitchen to prepare meals and wait for Li Baixue, but I didn't expect some sparse noises in the bathroom. I suddenly became alert and thought that there was a thief in the house. I quickly picked up the feather duster on the sofa for self-defense and approached the bathroom carefully. The closer I got, the more my heart was hanging. I kept imagining the fighting scene in my mind, but I opened the bathroom door lightly, but found a pair of familiar slippers inside, and there seemed to be a person lying in the bathtub. Then, the person in the bathtub began to hum a song, and the song made me feel itchy. I realized that there was no thief inside. This is Li Baixue taking a bath, but why doesn't she turn on the light when she takes a bath? It's really strange. Curiosity prompted me not to leave, but to hide in the dark and observe carefully. I know this is unethical, but I just can't control myself. I saw that Li Baixue seemed to be covered with something, but it was too dark and I couldn't see what it was. The blurry picture made my heart beat faster. It was too exciting. I gently put down the feather duster in my hand and planned to repeat what happened last night. The space in the bathroom was too small, and my hand accidentally touched the toiletries on the side. The sound of toiletries scattered on the floor broke the silence. Li Baixue in the bathtub immediately became alert. Who is it? Who is outside? Is Xiaoji back? I wanted to get away, but I didn't expect Li Baixue to know it was me. Now I had to respond awkwardly. I'm sorry, sister-in-law, you didn't turn on the light. I thought you were not at home. The bathroom light is broken. I want to change it, but I can't reach it. I plan to wait for you to come back and let you change it. Li Baixue came out of the bathtub after she finished speaking and put on her clothes in front of me. I guess she thought that it was dark and I couldn't see anything, but the angle I was standing at just happened to reflect a little. I could see Li Baixue's every move clearly. I knew that Li Baixue had a good figure, but when I saw it with my own eyes, I was still stunned. Fortunately, the light was not turned on and my sister-in-law couldn't see me, otherwise she would definitely notice something unusual about me. Li Baixue put on her clothes, turned around and went to the living room, took out a spare light bulb, and put it in my hand. You change it, and get ready to eat. I quickly took the light bulb, and started to find something to do to ease the embarrassment. When I changed the light bulb, the bathroom suddenly lit up, and I suddenly noticed that the water in the bathtub had not been drained. For some reason, I actually walked into the bathtub and put my hand in the water. The water was still warm, as if there was still her residual smell. I reached in and found something inside. I quickly pulled the thing out. Isn't this the bedding I changed this morning? How could she be in the bathtub? Could it be that the layer of stuff on Li Baixue's body just now was my bedding? My nerves suddenly tensed up. Li Baixue, what does this mean? Could it be that she is interested in me too? I was in a dilemma. When I walked out of the bathroom, Li Baixue had already prepared dinner and put on a purple turtleneck sweater. She looked charming and dignified. The temptation of a married woman, which young man, who was just beginning to fall in love, could not bear. So at the table, my eyes never left Li Baixue, and her behavior tonight was also very strange. I always felt that she was secretly looking at me. Did she find out my abnormal thoughts? It shouldn't be. I have been hiding it for so long. In order to test Li Baixue, I accidentally rubbed against her when I got up to get food. At that contact, I could clearly feel that Li Baixue tensed up all of a sudden, as if she was very nervous. Sorry, sister-in-law, I didn't stand firmly. Are you okay? Li Baixue smiled and nodded quickly. I'm fine. But I clearly saw her face turn red, which was clearly a sign of shyness. Now I was more certain, so my penis became much bigger. If I can make some progress tonight, will I not have to call her sister-in-law starting tomorrow? I quickly went to the cupboard and took out the red wine that Brother Dapping had collected before, and brought 2 high-foot glasses. Sister-in-law, the weather is so cold, drink some wine to warm yourself up. Li Bai Shue glanced at me, thought for a moment and said, okay, let's have a drink. I quickly opened the red wine and poured a glass for Li Bai Shue. It is said that wine can add to the fun, let me see if it is true. Li Bai Shue and I talked about trivial matters while drinking wine, and when we talked about interesting things, we would laugh heartily, and the atmosphere gradually became ambiguous. After Li Bai Shue drank the wine, her little face was flushed, and she felt like a ripe apple, very tempting. It would be great if I could take a bite. I prepared myself for a long time, and finally after the last glass of wine, I mustered up the courage to pull my sister-in-law's hand, and looked at Li Bai Shue silently with affection. Xia Shue, I don't want to call you sister-in-law anymore. Li Bai Shue's smile stopped abruptly, and she quickly pulled her hand out of my hand. Xiaoji, you are drunk, what nonsense are you talking about? Since it has already started, there is no turning back. I rushed forward and hugged Li Bai Shue, buried my head in her neck, and greedily sniffed the fragrance on her body. I don't know how many times I have dreamed of such a scene, and now I finally did it. Li Bai Shue, I like you. I am willing to take care of you for the rest of my life, please give me a chance, okay? As I said, I wanted to kiss Li Bai Shue, intending to prove my determination to her. Xiaoji, stop, don't, calm down. But I am now in a state of excitement, and I can't listen to anything at all. I only know that I like her and want to have her. If today passes, I am afraid there will be no such opportunity again. I hugged Li Bai Shue like crazy, not letting her break free from my arms. I even thought about using violence to make her surrender, so I tried my best to put a mark on her, trying to prove that she was mine. My rationality had completely broken through my limit. I hugged Li Bai Shue and walked towards the room. When I heard Li Bai Shue sobbing in my arms, I softened my heart again. I did such a beastly thing to my sister-in-law, who cared so much for me. Am I still a human being? I quickly let go of Li Bai Shue after coming to my senses, and slapped myself hard twice. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry, I'm not a human being. Li Bai Shue was still crying softly, and I felt more and more uncomfortable. In this situation, I didn't have the face to stay here any longer. I took my coat and walked out of the house. The cold wind outside the door made me sober up a lot. How could I be worthy of my brother by doing this? I was in a hurry to come out, and I didn't even take my mobile phone. I had nowhere to go at night, so I could only return to the school dormitory and plan to make do for the night. I thought about it for a long time that night. I shouldn't be a burden to my sister-in-law. She is so young and beautiful, and she has plenty of opportunities. I am just an incompetent college student who can't give my sister-in-law a better life. In order to numb my longing for my sister-in-law, I started playing computer games day and night. Qin Lei, my buddy, saw that I was not doing well, so he proposed to take me to a fun place. I used to be a 3-good student. I didn't smoke or drink, but now I'm really uncomfortable, so I agreed to go out with Qin Lei. I have to say that these people are really good at playing. They actually took me to an underground bar. The feeling of feasting and drinking is something I have never seen before. There are handsome men and beautiful women everywhere. Qin Lei should be a regular customer here. When he came in, the bartenders greeted him enthusiastically. When he saw me shrinking, he patted my shoulder and said, "Relax, we are here to play. What is the most important thing when we go out to play? Be happy." Then Qin Lei whispered something to a marketing person, who immediately nodded in understanding. Then he came to us with a group of hot beauties. Qin Lei's eyes were straight, and he looked at the group of beauties from beginning to end. Seeing that I was still a little reluctant, he quickly pulled me forward and said, "Come, see which one you like. These are all college students, you choose one." I raised my head a little embarrassedly. Looking at this group of hot and charming beauties, there was no ripple in my heart. Although I am a big guy, I just like the gentle and pleasant young woman like Li Baixue. Seeing that I didn't respond for a long time, Qin Lei took the initiative to choose a beautiful girl for me. It's you, accompany my brother to sing well and make him happy. After hearing this, the beauty came to my side and took my arm. Handsome guy, you look unfamiliar, is this your first time? This is the first time I have had physical contact with a woman other than my sister-in-law since I grew up. Handsome guy, don't be nervous, what's your name? My name is Xiaomai. Seeing the beautiful Xiaomai, I slowly relaxed and answered, my name is Huang Yuanji. Brother Xiaoji, what songs do you like to listen to? I'll sing for you. I have to say that Xiaomai is really good at making people happy, and her singing voice is also very nice, which really makes me relax and not so uncomfortable. No wonder Qin Lei wants to go out to play every other day. Qin Lei saw a smile on my face and sat in front of me with ill intentions. How about it, are you happy? I should have taken you out to play a long time ago. After that, Qin Lei secretly told me that these are all mediocre women. I like the foreman here. She is very tasteful. Seeing Qin Lei's look, I know that this foreman must be a great beauty, otherwise a playboy like Qin Lei would not be interested in her. But I just come here to relax, and I don't have the time to care about other people's affairs. Qin Lei secretly took out a bag of something he didn't know from his arms, waved it in front of me, and then said mysteriously, I tell you, this thing was brought back from abroad by someone I asked. Tonight I will use this to take down that arrogant foreman. Although I don't know what the thing in his hand is, I vaguely feel that this thing should be not simple. After Qin Lei finished speaking, he called the marketing, and the two whispered about something. After a while, the marketing took the thing in Qin Lei's hand away, and Qin Lei looked expectant. I'm not interested in knowing what he wants to do. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me. After a while, the marketing came back and made an okay gesture to Qin Lei. Qin Lei was very excited, and hurried over to me and said, Huang Yuanji, please go to the next box with Xiaomai to sing. I have something to do here. Okay, I know. I took Xiaomai to the next box very tactfully. I think Qin Lei is going to do something shameful. Xiaomai leaned on me, but I didn't feel anything for her. I always felt that she was far inferior to my sister-in-law, so I hugged Xiaomai and started singing, but my mind was still full of my sister-in-law's face. Halfway through the song, I found that my coat was still in Qin Lei's box. It was getting late, and I had to go back to school early, so I got up and went to Qin Lei's box to get my coat back, but Qin Lei actually locked the door of the box, and he didn't open it no matter how I knocked on the door. I thought it was because the singing inside was too loud, and he didn't hear my knocking. Later, I found something wrong. There was a strange sound coming from inside. Qin Lei seemed to be angry. Don't be shameless. You guys dare to touch the person I like. I'll kill you. Don't even think about running away. No, go away. Don't do this again. I called the police. It turned out that this kid was forcing me again. I didn't want to disturb his good deeds, but why did I feel more and more familiar with this voice? It seemed to be Li Baixue's voice. I thought I was crazy. How could Li Baixue appear in such a place? But curiosity drove me to go in and find out what was going on. So I quickly called the waiter and told him that there was danger inside and asked him to open the door of the box. After opening the door, I was dumbfounded. The disheveled and crying person inside was my sister-in-law Li Baixue. And judging from her dress, she should be the foreman here. I was stunned for a moment. When Qin Lei saw that it was me who came in, although he was a little unhappy, he still waved at me. Go, 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 don't delay my good thing. Li Baixue saw me in the direction, his eyes full of exclamations, Xiaoji, help. Qin Lei was very emotional, and was about to attack him. I didn't care about the situation, and rushed up, and knocked Qin Lei to the ground with one punch. Thinking of Li Baishue's aggrieved look just now, I was definitely not satisfied, so I punched Qin Lei again. In the end, it was Li Baishue who pulled me away, so I didn't get into big trouble. Qin Lei got up in pain. Huang Yuanji, what are you crazy about? You dare to hit me? Believe it or not, I will make you disappear from the school forever. Li Baishue knew Qin Lei's identity and hurriedly pulled me out of the box. It was so cold outside, and Li Baishue's clothes were torn by the beast Qin Lei again. I quickly took off my sweatshirt and put it on Li Baishue. Sister-in-law, what is going on? How could you be in that place? Facing my questioning, Li Baishue's expression was a little evasive. She didn't dare to look me in the eye at all. She stammered and couldn't say a complete sentence. Xiaoji. Li Baishue didn't say a few words and started crying again. Seeing her like this, my heart was broken. How could I care about questioning? These things were caused by Qin Lei. I must find this bastard to settle accounts. The next day when I went to school, I saw Qin Lei with a panda eye, and it seemed that he was seriously injured. Seeing me appear, Qin Lei quickly asked a few of his little followers to come forward and hold me down. You kid dare to come to school. What did you do last night to dare to hit me? Qin Lei, that's my sister-in-law. Qin Lei was stunned after hearing this. After thinking for a moment, he laughed maliciously. This kind of top-notch is your sister-in-law, why didn't you say it earlier? He came in front of me, pinched my chin, and said, I can let bygones be bygones for what happened last night, but the premise is that you have to help me take down your sister-in-law. I really didn't expect that Qin Lei hadn't given up yet. Are you dreaming? Who allowed you to touch her? I tell you, if you dare to have improper thoughts, I will never let you go. Qin Lei laughed after hearing this. After all, I am a nobody in school. And Qin Lei is not only the son of the school director, but also a gangster in society. Huang Yuanji, I advise you not to miss the situation. I just want to inform you that if you dare to stop me, I will let my dad expel you. Qin Lei is not joking. Of course I know he has this ability, but that is my sister-in-law, a person I can't bear to touch myself. How can I be willing to let this beast do it? Qin Lei took me to the hotel, took out my mobile phone, and called Li Baishue. Li Baishue, your brother-in-law Huang Yuanji is in my hands. If you don't want him to drop out of school, come to Haojing Hotel quickly. After speaking, Qin Lei hung up the phone and let the lackey hold me down. Qin Lei, if you have anything to say, come to me. Don't embarrass my sister-in-law. How can such a happy thing be said to be embarrassing? I'll let you watch a live broadcast in a while, how about it? Don't you miss your sister-in-law in my bed? You beast, I won't let you go. I was a little panicked now, because Qin Lei could do anything. I didn't dare to think what would happen to Li Baishue if she fell into his hands, but I couldn't protect myself now, so I could only silently pray that Li Baishue would never come, and not be fooled. But not long after, the door of the hotel room was knocked, and Qin Lei went to open the door with an excited look. Li Baishue really came, wearing a white dress. This pure dress made Qin Lei's eyes straight. Let Xiaoji go quickly. Li Baishue came in and saw that I couldn't move, and said to Qin Lei angrily, Sister-in-law, don't worry about me, go away, go away. Qin Lei immediately slapped me twice. Shut up, if you talk too much, I will fire you tomorrow. Li Baishue saw that I was beaten, and she was so distressed that she quickly pulled Qin Lei's arm and begged for mercy, don't hit Xiaoji, don't hit him. I promised you everything, but my sister-in-law doesn't want it. Qin Lei was very happy and pinched his sister-in-law's face. Is this right? Then Kinlay asked those lackeys to push me into the bathroom and close the door so that I couldn't see what was happening outside. Kinlay also asked them to seal my mouth. Kinlay's smirk was very scary outside. He knew what to do, so he didn't need me to teach him. Why are you still standing there? Why don't you start? I don't know what he asked my sister-in-law to do, but it was obviously not a good thing. It was me who harmed my sister-in-law. I shouldn't have come to school unprepared today. Just when I was very angry, there was a sudden noise outside. Someone reported that you were suspected of soliciting prostitution here. Please come with me. I was secretly happy. The police came at the right time. All of us were taken to the police station. I wanted to tell the police about Kinlay's behavior, but my sister-in-law stopped me and finally determined that it was a misunderstanding. After the police educated us, they let us go. I knew that this was definitely a method used by Kinlay's family, otherwise this matter would never end so easily. But Kinlay still failed this time, and he was very unwilling. He said to us fiercely, "Okay, let's wait and see. I don't want your job or your degree." He threatened me and my sister-in-law. After he left, I couldn't wait to ask, "Sister-in-law, sister-in-law, why don't you let me tell the police that we were coerced?" Li Baishue sighed, "You will graduate in a year. Do you want to be expelled at this time? Because of this, I am not afraid. I believe that there is justice in this world." Li Baishue was a little anxious. "I am just a widow. You can't give up your future for me. Otherwise, how can I explain to your eldest brother? Sister-in-law, are we just going to let that bad guy bully us?" It made me emotional. Li Baishue patted me on the back and said, "Okay, Xiaoji, this is my business. You just need to study hard and don't worry about anything else." The more Li Baishue was like this, the more unwilling I was. "You treat me like a child and refuse to tell me anything, but why did she appear in that place? I must find out." After I sent Li Baishue home, I went to the workplace she told me about. As a result, when I asked people about Li Baishue's name, they said that Li Baishue had left the company 3 years ago. What? How is that possible? Has she been working as a foreman for 3 years? Seeing that I really wanted to know, the colleague revealed a secret to me. "I don't know what your relationship with Li Baishue is, but don't you know that Li Baishue's husband is dead? There is still an underage brother to support at home. How can you support him with this salary? And I heard that her husband's insurance didn't pay anything." Hearing this, I was completely stunned. This was completely different from what my sister-in-law told me. My sister-in-law said that my eldest brother bought an insurance policy for himself a long time ago. Later, my eldest brother got cancer and died, and she received a large sum of insurance compensation. That's why I felt at ease to continue to go to college. But it turned out that she lied to me. In order to support me to go to college, she actually went to that kind of place to be a foreman. No wonder I couldn't expose Kinlay's conspiracy, because she couldn't lose this job. Kinlay's father had shares in this club, so she couldn't afford to offend him. If she offended him, she would have no source of income, and could not continue to pay my tuition. I was so ashamed. I owed my sister-in-law too much. I didn't know it before. Now that I know everything, I will never let my sister-in-law suffer again. I am a man, and I must handle Kinlay's affairs well, not only for my sister-in-law, but also for myself. Fortunately, I had a good relationship with Kinlay before, because I helped him with almost all the final papers, so I also knew a lot of his black materials, especially that he relied on himself as the son of the school director to do whatever he wanted in school. I wanted to persuade my sister-in-law to leave there and change jobs, but I knew that my sister-in-law would not agree before I graduated, so I tried to get my sister-in-law to cooperate with me to do something. In addition to going to school, Kinlay usually went there to have fun when he was free. So I asked Li Baixue to arrange a few difficult gangsters in society to meet Qin Lei by chance. Qin Lei went there basically to find Li Baixue and try every possible way to take her down, but Li Baixue was always unwilling, so Qin Lei came up with some shady tricks. This time, the gangsters that Li Baixue found were all paid to do the job. I asked them to pretend to tease Li Baixue, and then let Qin Lei see it deliberately, so that he could be angry. And I had secretly prepared a camera in the dark to record all of this wonderful scene. Qin Lei was used to being a devil in the world, and he didn't take anyone seriously. Now he squeezed me everywhere in the school, isolated me, and even spread rumors about me. So he was in a bad mood, and when he saw someone dared to snatch someone from him, he got angry all of a sudden. "Damn it, you guys dare to touch the person I like, I'll kill you." As they were talking, several people had already wrestled together, but there were more gangsters on the side, and Qin Lei only brought one younger brother, who was no match for them at all. After being beaten a few times, he started to shout, "Do you know who I am? My mother is the director of a certain university, and my father is a shareholder of this club. The little gangsters are not vegetarians either. What are you bragging about? If you say it is true, then it is true. If you have the guts, take out your ID card and show it to us. Who are you trying to fool?" Just like this, Qin Lei, this idiot, actually showed his ID card and shouted at them arrogantly, "I tell you, tomorrow I will ask my father to find someone to kill you, and none of you can run away." After that, several people wrestled together again, and the people around them couldn't pull them apart. I recorded all these wonderful scenes and quickly posted them on their respective platforms. I wanted these netizens to dig deeper into Qin Lei's identity, but I didn't expect that someone here actually called the police. This time, God really helped me. Qin Lei and others were taken back to the police station. The video I posted online also began to ferment. Even on the school forum, many people followed up with posts. Everyone broke the news that they had been bullied by Qin Lei in the past, accusing Qin Lei of bullying on campus by relying on his status as the son of a school director. Some people even broke the shady story, saying that Qin Lei and I had been playing well together before, but he actually wanted to use my grades to graduate, and then let his father find a trumped-up charge to expel me. I was still a little bit confused, but I didn't expect that he had approached me with a purpose before. This Qin Lei is really bad. In the end, the pressure of public opinion was too great, and Qin Lei's parents couldn't get him out. I heard that he was sentenced to probation, and later his parents took him abroad. Now Qin Lei will never bother me and Li Baixue again, and I graduated smoothly. On the night of graduation, I specially put on a handsome suit and asked Li Baixue to meet at a high-end Western restaurant. When Li Baixue came, she saw that the menu was very expensive. She quickly pulled me to go. "Today is my graduation day, so let's spend money for once." Li Baixue didn't say anything after hearing me say that, but she still ordered a few cheap dishes. Ever since I knew that Li Baixue was working as a foreman to support me to go to college, I would look for various part-time jobs during my spare time. I originally studied computer science, so I was noticed by a big company during my part-time job, and was given a contract, so my current income is not low, enough to support me and Li Baixue. After dinner, Li Baixue and I planned to take a walk home. When passing by an open space, I took Li Baixue's hand and said, "Wait a minute, I have a surprise for you." Li Baixue was stunned and asked me, "What surprise?" "It's so mysterious. You will know in a while." Soon, fireworks appeared in the sky, which were extremely gorgeous. While Li Baixue looked up to appreciate the fireworks, I took out the ring I saved up to buy, knelt on one knee, and said, "Li Baixue, marry me. I want to take care of you for the rest of my life." In fact, I was prepared to be rejected by her. After all, I had rejected me many times. But this time she actually put the ring on herself. I was so excited that I went crazy. I happily hugged Li Baixue, turned around several times and returned to the room. We snuggled together. Li Baixue told me something that had been buried for a long time. Xiaoji, I am not your sister-in-law. Your brother and I have no substantial relationship at all. What? I was so excited that I quickly lifted the quilt. Sure enough, there was a bright red flower. What on earth is going on? Li Baixue was very shy and covered her face. I am a college student sponsored by your brother. Your brother has done me a favor, and I want to repay him, so I married your brother. Your brother knew that his body was not good, so he didn't touch me at all. He asked me to find someone I like in the future. Hearing these words, I was really stunned for a long time. I thought Li Baixue loved my elder brother, and he would take care of me as always. So I asked tentatively, why didn't you leave for so many years? Li Baixue rolled her eyes at me. Of course it was because of you. First, I wanted to repay my favor, and second, I was waiting for you to grow up. It turns out that the person Li Baixue likes has always been me, and she is waiting for me to grow up. No wonder he was so happy when he saw my dirty bedding that day, and said, I have finally grown up. God has really been kind to me, and has given me such a good woman. From now on, I will work hard, make money, and support my family and Li Baixue. Well, today's story ends here. Thank you for listening. If you have anything to say to us, please leave a message below the video to tell us.